Jack Harlow went from rap's golden boy to the internet's favorite punchline, and it wasn't on accident. Just a couple years ago, his breakout single What's Poppin' was all over every speaker, commercial, chart, you name it. The song was everywhere. Now in 2026, he seems to just be an easy target for the internet to hate on. But why? There's a lot more to the story. Jack dropped his most recent album, Monica, on March 13th of 2026. But it wasn't a rap album. Instead of trying to get the highest album sales or chart-topping hits, he chose to make this album for himself. Jack felt like the constant rap drops were getting repetitive, and he needed a change. Monica is more of a classic R&B album, and honestly, it seems like this is where a lot of the jokes are really coming from. R&B is historically known to have little to no white artists choosing the genre. Then, add on the comedically large hats Jack was constantly seen wearing during the album rollout, and it's easy to see where most of the jokes are coming from. Out of all the things people had to say about the album, one quote from an interview Jack did stands out the most. In an interview he did right after the album released, Jack stated, "I got blacker." On the surface, it seems like an odd statement. Who says that? Listeners quickly ran with the quote and made countless memes making fun of him for it. But that's kind of the problem. People only read headlines. From the headlines you see, it would seem like Jack just made this statement on his own. And that's what everybody thinks. The thing is, if you actually go and watch the full interview, Jack was just finishing the interviewer's statement when he couldn't think of what word to use.
What is your question?
You didn't retreat. I'll piggyback off what John's saying. John's saying you didn't retreat into a whiter genre. In fact, you arguably went deeper into
black
music.
Yeah.
The interviewer basically baited him into saying it. Whether it was purposeful or not, that's what happened. And the media ran with it. You see, society often does this funny thing where everyone loves you when you're at the top. Then those same people love to drag you down. The music industry is the perfect example of that. We've seen it countless times just over the last few years. Tommy Richmond, DaBaby, and now Jack Harlow are all great examples of this exact thing. Jack actually explained why this happens pretty well himself in his 2022 track Churchill Downs featuring Drake, when he said, "You're not a fan now, but I remember when you used to be fanned out. I guess that when the whole world loved you, people only got one way to stand out." Before Monica, jokes about Jack were already spreading on the internet, but they were more lighthearted or basically just making fun of him for being a white rapper. Then, after Monica dropped, the internet saw its chance to hate him more. And it did. This story was supposed to be about Jack Harlow, but maybe it just says something about the internet in general. Listeners rarely have their own opinions anymore. They check the comments to see if other people like a song and determine if they do based off that. If they check the comments and the majority hate it, maybe they will too. And that could be good reasoning for what's happening to Jack Harlow. Be honest. Do you check the comments before deciding if a song is good or not?